Vatrano with speed. And Copley gloves with 23 seconds to go in the second. And now tempers flare again. And Copley gets involved. He and Deneau did not like that. Phoenix Copley jumped in with a right.
Here we go.
And look at Phoenix Copley fired up.
Oh, Gibson's coming down.
Oh boy.
Hey, Copley just got ejected. I'd like to bring Dave Jackson in and talk about this. He was ejected immediately. Was that because he ripped his helmet off, instigating? What are you seeing out here, Jax?
No, I'm not sure that they would toss him immediately like that. They might talk about it. All I can think of is a couple of punches thrown with the blocker. Potentially, it could be calling a match penalty for throwing punches with the blocker. I'm not sure. I have to see a better replay of it, but that's what would make me think being ejected so immediately.
Yeah, a couple right there. You see there was one early, and then you see a couple. He eventually takes the blocker off and keeps throwing punches. You know, the way it happened, Copley was looking towards the altercation, and he got sort of blindsided on the right side by Frank Vatrano, and that took him there, right there. It was Frank Vatrano, and he's underneath this pile of kings, and Phoenix Copley was agitated. Not even sure that's the right word. Gibson, how about him coming down to center ice?
And then he shed the blocker.
He did, but he had already, as Jack said, he already threw three punches with the blocker, and that thing is, that's not giving at all. That can be, if you don't, that could be a dangerous one. Gibson felt left out, 200 feet away.
Playing in front, Zuccarello has Eriksson Ek, got it through, they score! He found Hartman! And the Blues, Bennington coming after him! Hartman skated through Bennington's area and clipped him on the way by in celebration.
And Fleury's over there.
Come all the way down to drop the gloves, but the linesman has a hold of Bennington.
Oh, let him go! Holy jumping!
Marc-Andre Fleury trying to get at him, but the linesman won't let him.
Bennington taking exception after the goal by Hartman. He had a slight bump in. Bennington went at him right away while the Wild were celebrating. Marc-Andre Fleury with no hesitation at all. And Bennington wants this crowd going. Where's Ric Flair?
It is wrestling night here in St. Louis. The crowd is in the mood. Ryan Galloway and David Brisebois, the linesmen, are not. But I feel like this one is far from over.
Their chance to end that 35-game drought. McDermott put it on. O'Connor a rebound. And it was tied up by Bennington, and then he went after O'Connor. Then Torchenko stepped in with O'Connor. And several others have joined the fray. As a matter of fact, Georgiev has come out to center ice. And the officials are telling him to go back to his goal. Don't even think about crossing that red line.
Yeah, I think that would probably be a good decision for Georgiev to turn away. It's a frustrated Jordan Bennington who's been under siege this afternoon. Scoring chance after scoring chance as he calls the crowd on to give it to him a little more.
Is he hurt or just having an equipment problem? Taking advantage of the whistle.
Well, by the time they get these roughing penalties sorted out, Bennington's gone for a drink of water as we will head soon to commercial.
And that's why he's over there. We are in the break zone here. We'll take a break.
An excellent job. He followed him all the way to the player's bench, and instead of standing at center ice during the stoppage where the linesmen normally stand, he was right in his hip pocket the whole time, just there in case something happened. Bit psychologist, bit of a a guard, but just making sure nothing happens.
To the side of the net where Bork takes a Pittsburgh player right into Fleury.
That's Bork going to take a penalty.
Orpik at the bottom of that pile, but it is getting chippy here in the late stages.
This goes back to Orpik finishing on Brendan Gallagher, and then here we go. Everybody.
Crosby trying to pull Prust away. which might get dangerous.
Peter Budaj coming out and take a look at Marc-Andre Fleury.
And Fleury
have a little exchange with each other.
Yeah, Fleury gave him a little shrug. If you want to come down, you're welcome.
And Budaj getting pointed back into the net for Francois Saint Laurent.
Yep. Flowers still talking about 150 feet.
And Budaj's got his hands up. He's here they go. There they go.
Signs up the referee, masks, and gloves are off, but I don't think we're going to yell at each other.
Fleury doing up his tie down right now, taking it off.
And all the guys who started this kind of taking a seat and watching.
They want to watch the main event.
I'm not sure what it is about a goaltending fight or the potential of one that just get everybody a little more excited.
Well, Carey Price got to get back. He seems to do everything, but starts right here with Orpik getting run-ins on top of Marc-Andre Fleury. Prust a little extra cross-check. And big melee stems from that. And then Marc-Andre Fleury says, okay, time to go. Leave me alone. That's Kyle Raymond breaking them up. Little how she goes, dancing around him. Budaj getting his jersey pulled up.
Looks like Peter's done this before.
Marc-Andre Fleury was undoing his tie down so he could get out of his jersey. You see him there trying to undo it as he's skating around. As ref and linesman would not let them get together.
Kyle Raymond and Francois Saint Laurent, they want to see that tennis tonight too.
A delayed penalty coming against Boston. Just one. Oh, here we go. Marchand wants to go through Marchand to get at Bertuzzi. Rask all the way to the red line, and he is willing out. Howard throws down. Rask is ready to go. We haven't seen one of these in a long, long time.
So Cave does the same thing. I'll cross-check you back. But Bertuzzi didn't want anything to do with Cave. He just wanted Marchand. And then Howard's trying to get to the bench. Marchand takes a little stick to him. And Chari's trying to get in there, and we almost had a Donnybrook.
Well, we got 22:45 left in regulation time.
Well, we'll see how they sort all this out. Little stick by Marchand. Howard sticks back. Rask trying to come up. They originally had Boston for the penalty.
But he's upset. Maybe he'll get both. We'll see.
Oh, Darcy's going to go. Goalie fight.
Here they go.
Darcy can get another penalty here for crossing the red line.
Yeah, Swayman came all the way out to the red line, and the linesman was telling him, hey, don't go any farther. And then Kemper,
He was run into, and that's what upset him. So then Swayman says, okay, we'll try to take a moment here to figure things out. But the Bruins stirring things up here, and I think the Kings will be going to the bottom.
Pasternak with the puck. He's looking for a middle stat off that far post. Ustadinov was the late man coming, and Jeannot on the backside sure looked like he got kind of pushed into the LA goaltender. The response by the LA goaltender, I thought that was going to be the original penalty, nothing to the Bruin forward. And then they penalized both goaltenders when the invitation was extended by Swayman.
Warren, excuse me. And Jared Tenorti getting after it with Mason McTavish. It's a veteran and a young player in McTavish.
And the youngster McTavish is there, and so is Ratko Gudas. And Entwistle's got to be, you got to be careful. You got to know who you're grabbing right there. And there, yep, let's see what I mean. That wasn't going to stop. That was not going to stop. And Mackenzie Entwistle's ready for it.
And Gudas has just landed one on Mackenzie Entwistle, who's trying to protect himself. And Peter Mrazek stepping in to try and break things up with Gudas.
And here comes Gibson. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got.
Reese Johnson battling Pavel Minyakov right now. And Gibson is trying to grab at Mrazek.
Body's on the ice down there. You got to be careful of the skate blades right there. Minyakov, man, did he throw a roundhouse right? That was a surprising one there. Gibson wants to grab the goalie. He's telling the referee, let's go. Well, Mrazek was coming in, and I said that about Entwistle. When you're there with Radko Gudas, Entwistle's gloves weren't off. So now he gets up on it, and he doesn't have the mitts off, so he has no way to grab Gudas. Gudas has got a hold of him, and that's where Mrazek tried to come in there and defend Entwistle.
A lot of action just now.
Yeah, McTavish behind the net here. He comes over to Nordy. Zaitsev comes in right there. Now we got, now we got the pile. Now when Gudas comes in here and Entwistle grabs him, you can see Gudas says, this guy's low center of gravity is going to take you down, and all of a sudden he starts throwing the rights, and Entwistle's mitts aren't off right there. So that's where Mrazek saw something that he didn't look like it was going to end up well. And then now with the camera right here on Gibson, he can't get the glove off because it's strapped in right there. Got it. Oh, get it off. No, we got it off with relative ease right there. Most of them got a strap that's tight on the wrist, and he jumps in there because Mrazek had jumped in there. There's Radko Gudas on the left, and Gibson's got the mask right there. Just hauls the mask off of Mrazek, just yanked it right off his melon.